Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Libra. If Libra is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our card today is the Ace of Wands. Ooh, big fire, big passion. Hopefully, right? All right, let's see what these tea leaves have to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, I just want to start here because absolutely this is a wild, formation. And we have a person on a horse riding. And it looks like a flag, okay? Like maybe a flag, maybe, I don't know, like a street sign or something like that. Some kind of marker. And then we just have this group of people like chasing after, okay? And it looks, this one almost looks like it has a moose head, okay? Now, if you've ever seen a moose in real life, which I have not, but I've seen videos, supposedly they're up here around where I live. I've never encountered them, but yeah, they're huge. So don't mess with them, especially if they have their little baby. They will stomp ya. I do feel like, my goodness, something has happened. Something's going on. It feels like, I don't know, like, did you say something? Is there some, I feel like it's like, maybe it's either family or it is, at work. And whatever you said, which I imagine, let me just be clear, I feel like you said the truth about something. Very honest, very open, said what it was. They didn't like it. It has caused a little bit of a fallout with, I don't know, a group of people. And I see you getting on your horse and riding away, right? But I feel that, I don't think you did this to be, to try to cause any kind of trouble. Well, maybe you wanted some kind of change, right? But I don't think you just did this to stir the pot, right? That's what I'm trying to say. You're not just causing drama for the sake of drama. No, you were brave. You got it together. You thought about it and you figured out exactly how you were going to say this. You whatever it was, got everybody together, told them, I don't know, maybe sent an email, a group chat. I don't know. But it seems like, yeah, you are, you've become kind of the target, okay? And it feels anxious. I think that you feel very anxious about this. But look at this, right below the back foot of this horse, which tells me leaving in your footprints, flowers growing. So this is a blessed occurrence. Now, it maybe doesn't feel that way as it's happening. This might be like your ultimate nightmare. Like, I should never have rocked the boat. I shouldn't have said this thing. I should have just let it be. Now everybody is mad and everybody is up, up. They have their hands in the air and they're, whatever. But I think you had to do it. You had to say your truth. You had to speak the truth. You had to, you couldn't let whatever this was go on. Now, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. But among the people around you kind of controversial. Now, I don't think that they disbelieve because they're upset, so they know. But I think that it's kind of like, and this is really the thing, I think about this a lot lately. This is my own problem, and I think it is kind of the problem of a lot of people in general. It's not that we don't care about the truth or you know, there's a sense of getting upset about, you know, whatever the topic is. The problem that we run into and the thing that gets people going is how inconvenient it might be. Because listen, we can go about our life knowing, okay, this thing it's wrong. Here's a good example, practical example. There's a pothole in your little, you know, your street that you live on. Okay? There's a pothole there. It's not huge. It's not tiny either. It's definitely noticeable, especially if you forget it's there and you accidentally drive over it. It's not going to fix itself. It's only going to get worse. But who wants all the construction and stuff? Who wants to be inconvenienced? You don't want them to come in and pave the whole road again. The taxes are going to go up. Whatever, property taxes. You know, there's going to be loud. You might have to, like, you know, listen to the all the stuff out there, but also driving on the dirt, and, you know, it might make your driveway kind of inaccessible for a while. Whatever. We all know road work, right? But it has to happen at some point. But everybody is teed off, not because the thing is getting fixed. Of course we want it fixed. But they're mad because it's inconvenient. It's inconvenient. And this is something I'm really meditating on in my life. Am I mad about something, or is it because, like, yeah, it's going to take extra time? And what does that really mean? And being inconvenienced. Okay. Well, that's part of life, Lenore. Get over it. A lot of it for me is picking up toys and stuff. I want my daughter to have a wonderful and full life. And not even toys. Going outside, getting in the mud. I love her to be out there. I want her to do it. But it is a whole process for me. It adds on another extra 45 minutes sometimes. And I might get a little bit, you know, twisted up. She's gone outside. She's gone into the dirt. We were on our way to somewhere. Now it's all over her clothes and whatever. And I might get a little testy. But you know what? I need to stop and think about it. Is it worth me getting upset over this inconvenience? Am I even mad? What am I mad about? She's a kid. She should be in the dang dirt. I should be happy she's in the dirt and not doing something else. Sitting inside in, you know, a dark room. Doing, you know, whatever, playing video games or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with video games, but you know what I mean. It's the inconvenience. And that's what I think is the big deal here, is that whatever you did, it's an inconvenient truth for some people. Whatever you said, you know. But the ultimate thing here is that you said what had to be said. You did what had to be done. And hopefully, you know, pretty quickly people will realize that's what it is. And I already think, you know, I imagine there will be a coming to terms, right? There better be. There better be. Now, not everybody is reasonable, so I can't promise that it'll happen soon. But yes, it does feel a little overwhelming, but it will subside. So we have a skull right here. You can see the little eyes and the nose and the bottom there. So, you know, there is an end. There is an end as well. So maybe, you know, this is the end of whatever you were talking about, whatever came up. Maybe it's the end of a friendship, a relation to, you know, a family member, or whatever it is. But I think this needed to happen. So it's okay. You know, I love when we get the death card. And I always say this in my readings. I love the death card. I love the hanged man. Tower, you know, I try to be positive. But the death card to me important because, yeah, it's an ending to something that is not supposed to be in our life anymore. For at least right now, right? So I think it's important that when we see the death imagery in our symbols, we don't get freaked out. Or at least try not to. But we think of this as an opportunity. We're making space in our life for something else. Okay? And from what I can see, I'm looking, we have 7, 7. I know there was another one. Oh, it's 7 over here. So, and I'm sorry, I'm still in the flu era of my life right now. And shout out to Devin Serpentaro, my husband, Paul. You all know him, I'm sure. He is quite ill with the flu, and he's not filming yesterday and today, which is unheard of. This guy works 7 days a week, always. Even if he's not, like, some weeks he gets ahead so he can, you know, take a day off or whatever. He's still working, though. He's still doing stuff for the channel. I'm always very concerned when his throat gets so bad that he can't do a reading. So my daughter and I, she's better, or at least getting better from the flu. She was pretty bad a couple days ago, but she's feeling better. We're nursing him back to health, and hopefully he'll be back to, you know, doing things as normal by, you know, tomorrow or the next day. And yeah, so poor guy. So yes, I apologize for my coughing and my voice, and I just generally feel pretty depleted. I didn't get as sick as everybody else did, so I'm trying to keep life moving, doing the chores and, you know, cooking and doing the channel and everything else. So yes, you'll have to bear with me, and I appreciate you for being patient. But yeah, so an end. And I was going to say, I'm looking at this. Because we have the 7s, right? Where was it? This one. 777, especially, we know, good luck, jackpot, right? Not losing your job over this. Now, I could see how we could look at these symbols and it's like, yeah, you said something at work. Maybe you like went to HR or talked to the boss, or maybe you are the boss and you had to, like, I don't know, fire somebody or whatever. And now you're worried about your position because it's, you know, chaos and people are behaving, you know, in such a way that is not not too friendly. But no, I don't see that in here. I just see the ending of a situation, okay? And I think that's whatever this had to do with. Now, within the family, a little more complicated. If this is something that, you know, you had to say it, of course, people are going to have more invested emotionally. So you gotta kind of realize that this is gonna take some time. But again, it's like, I feel like, you know, almost like there's a relief for you. Also with that Ace of Wands energy, I feel like you're kind of empowered by this situation. It feels good to just say the dang thing. Get it out there. But I almost feel like there's people around you who they're not necessarily ready to like say it out loud or, you know, publicly so everybody else knows, but they agree with you. So you'll support. They might not be as brave as you are, but you do have support. Now we also have a cow up here. So we have this, well, I was going to say it's the mother energy, but I think this is a bull actually. So maybe a Taurus here in the mix, or maybe it is just that real fiery, you know, kind of pushing forward, right? Not to be like taken for granted, or people to like think that you're just some kind of pushover or you're just gonna put up with stuff. No, this is like your era of like self-empowerment, and I feel like there's this energy of like really being confident and believing in yourself, and knowing, yeah, I had to do this thing, and was it easy? No, but it needed to be done, right? And here's the thing, Libra, you all will do the difficult thing. You know, you're not gonna, now you might not be, I feel like, you know, Libra people are usually pretty diplomatic, good at being like mediators and counselors and healers and, you know, this kind of thing. But you are devoted to what you perceive to be the truth of things, and you live by your convictions. You maybe aren't always like out here trying to like, you know, change stuff all the time. Like you're not, I don't feel like it's that. But I feel like when it's something that cannot be ignored and it's something that is pretty serious or it's important, right? You are going to do what you have to do. And if that is step on some toes, so be it, right? So let's see. I want to see if there's anything else besides this situation. And now this feels like a big deal. So I feel like it's like, yeah, it's kind of the center of your world right now. But we also have this rose in the middle. And so we have this idea of like, of growth and self-evolution, but also the mystery. When the rosebud opens, it is revealing its mystery, okay? And so I feel like as this is going on, all of this is happening, there's also revelation in other parts of your life. And I absolutely feel like this is kind of almost like having maybe like visions or dreams that are very potent. Now we have the moon here, and we have a person here holding, let's see, it looks like they're holding, we have the moon, crescent moon here, they're holding maybe a key, and it looks like the Dipper, right? And I'm going to take that as being a constellation. But also, you know, the Dipper kind of dipping into those like most sacred waters. If you think of the Ace of Cups, full of the emotional waters, the creative waters, the thing that is part, you know, it is the ingredient that allows life to grow. Okay. One of them anyways. And so, yeah, I feel like right here and with the moon, it is the ebb and flow of things, right? The tides coming in and coming out. So I feel like this is like the key to really being within your own mystery and this growth, this unfurling of beauty. It is. It's being in touch with your emotions in their varied forms, right? Not trying to push away things that feel difficult. You know, in this situation, maybe you did feel a little bit angry. Maybe you did feel like a little bit of, you know, this is wrong or this is not happening correctly and I'm going to do something about it, right? And usually I think this is kind of a feeling where you would be like, okay, let me just kind of calm myself down. Let me like temper myself. I really need to kind of like catch this feeling and self-soothe it out, right? And find my center, and it'll just kind of maybe, you know, maybe it won't look so bad the next day. Well, in this situation, I feel like you fully embraced your instinct. You fully embraced the feelings that you were having, and you went forward with what you thought was right. And I feel like this is really a true key in your life. It's to allow yourself not to become attached to these feelings, not allow yourself to become self-righteous or prideful in these feelings, because sometimes feelings can make us feel quite powerful, right? Like hate, rage, you know, a sense of accomplishment and the, you know, the fulfillment that comes through that. That's not what I mean. Allowing yourself to notice how you feel, experience how you feel, act accordingly, and let it go, right? Let those feelings go as they leave, not holding on to them. And so I feel like this is such a place of growth for you, okay? Now, we also have, it looks like the mountain goat up here, kind of going up the side of this mountain. So this is an animal that absolutely is so resilient, so agile, so clever, and has the ability to figure out how to traverse the most difficult of situations. You know, if you think about how they can go up the side of a hill or a mountain, it doesn't look like they have any footing, but they find these little tiny pieces of rock and they put their foot on and they keep going. And I feel like that's so much the energy here for you. You're not going to let anything kind of deter you from what you want to accomplish, okay? And so this might be kind of a time that's a little bit hard, but stay the course, okay? Trust yourself. You know what's right. You know what to do, okay? Now we also have the 7 and the 3. Okay, so 73. We also have a large 3 over here, and it looks like maybe 23, because this looks like a 2. So now we're going to go over here and look. We have, it looks like a rooster. So yeah, an alarm going off, right? Something coming up. This is something to pay attention to. And I think this is related to what we've already been talking about. But I feel like pay attention to how you're feeling. Pay attention to that instinct, right? Now, after something is done and there's like kind of this chaotic feelings and emotions and people, the way they're talking and acting and whatever, it can be hard to hear yourself through all of that, okay? So make sure you're making time for yourself to really check in with yourself, right? Make sure you're giving yourself some extra love, some TLC, doing things to help kind of alleviate the stressors and yeah, just your basic routine stuff. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, restful sleep. Make sure that you are doing intentional movement. Make sure that you're eating well, whatever that looks like for you, okay? Maybe going outside and getting some fresh air whenever you can. These kinds of things, okay? It might seem hard to kind of focus on the mundane when there's this big thing happening in your life, But I promise you, if you do, it will make it so much easier to get past this part, okay? Now we also have a C. I almost am seeing C-I-D, Sid, maybe? Or maybe it's just C-I, I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and look at our Wild Offering Oracle cards. And I'm just going to go ahead and flip through here. We'll stop where it feels right. Contentment. Oh, yes. You can learn to rest in what you already have and already are. Suddenly you remember, I'm right here resting in God. I am right here resting in God. All right. Well, Libra, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you have any kind of service or channel or a small business or whatever it is, like an Etsy store or whatever, go over to my community section. There's a post up there that you can advertise your website or your channel or whatever it is. So people can, hopefully you might get some more subscribers or clients or, customers or whatever. I like to do these posts every once in a while because I fully believe that, I know it's a little platform I have here, but, to be able to help uplift and encourage and support not only the community members here, but, people who are passing through and stuff. And, we're a community and a larger community, and there's plenty of room for all of us to do well. And so I think it's important to really support one another. And, also my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot, he has a post up that is the very same one in his community section, so you can go over there and post on his as well. He has a lot more subscribers than I do, so more eyes on your links and stuff. Also, if you don't have anything to post, still go check out what everybody is putting up. Go check out some of the channels. Go see some of the other readings. Check out people's businesses. There are a lot of interesting things. I've seen like books of poetry, a lot of artists and healers, people who are doing all kinds of things like Reiki and reflexology and, just beautiful, beautiful people doing beautiful things. And honestly, it's so inspiring. I like to go through chunks of the post and just go to every link and check them out and, subscribe and order things. And, it's absolutely the best feeling to be able to engage with one another and see what everybody's doing and making and stuff. So anyways, so that's over there, and I love you. I'm going to hopefully have one more reading after this, but after that, I'm going to go lay down, maybe take a bath and go lay down, get some rest. I can't tell you, this flu that we've had has just been going on and on and on. And the worst part is my body hurts. That's the biggest thing. My body, absolutely. And with the solar flares on top of everything else, I just feel like the life has been sucked out of me. I keep looking out the window, seeing all the weeding I need to do. This place that we moved into here, there's a bunch of, river rocks around to help with the water because they could, the flooding and stuff like that. And there's little weeds coming out, and it's driving me nuts. It is driving me nuts. But I know, I feel so, I don't know. I feel like I'm at 30% right now of my energy. So I know they'll stay. They'll be there for me tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, this Virgo lady right here, whew, I just can't stand it. When I see something that needs to be done and I can't do it, it's the end of the world for me in my mind. So anyways, all right, Libra, I love you. We'll talk soon. Take care of yourself. Good night.